Okay. Can I get your full name?
James Sylvester Adams.
What was your hometown?
My hometown
Yeah.
was Maywood, California.
Can you give me your rank and branch?
I was a T-5th corporal.
See, I can't hear him.
And can I have your branch?
Army.
Unit served in?
482nd self-propelled half-track outfit.
She's gonna
Could you tell me about a unique experience?
Can I tell you what?
A unique experience?
A unique experience? Tell them about the Battle of Bulge.
I didn't understand the question, honey.
Could you tell me a unique experience that you had?
A unique experience, Grandpa.
Oh, of what?
About the war.
Oh, well, I was drafted in 1943, and I got on a train in Los Angeles, and 2 days later I landed in Utah, and I was there for 3 days. I got on a train, and the next place I got off was in Louisiana. It's called Shelby, Mississippi, where I was. And I was in a 40mm outfit, and we did a little training on 40mm, and then they start moving to go overseas, and somehow or other we got left behind, and next thing we was on a train going to Texas. So we landed in Texas, and it was a brand new outfit. It was a half-track, and so I signed up to be a half-track driver. I had to go a really stiff course, and a lot of guys failed, but I wouldn't give up, so I kept going. And if the half-track slid down the side of a mountain, I didn't get out of it. I stayed in it, and I became a half-track driver. And we was the first one, I guess, half-track outfit, and we did a lot of training, trying to dig our track in and stuff like that. And finally we went to another town in Texas, and we wasn't there very long, and we got on a train, and the next thing I know we was in New Jersey. And we were only there we weren't even there a week. And then from there we went to New York, and we got on a boat, and it was 14 days going across the ocean. And we landed in Southampton, and the next day, that night, we got off the boat and we got on a train and went to a place called Leek, England, and we were there for probably a month. Well, I don't think we were there a month until our half-tracks came. And we got our half-tracks, and we were only there a few days, and we left and we drove down to Southampton, and we got on a boat and with our half-tracks, and we spent 7 days in the English Channel, and finally we landed on Utah Beach, and I drove my truck on a wooden bridge in the ocean to shore, and we were on I don't know exactly where we were in France, but it wasn't too far from the ocean. And we was living in pup tents, and it rained and it was cold, and finally we didn't have any guns for our half-track. So finally the guns came, and the day they came we took off and started into Germany, and every night we'd stop and build bonfires and put 55-gallon drums on these fires, put our guns in there to get the cosmoline off of the guns. We had two 50 caliber machine guns and a 37 millimeter gun, and then every night we'd stop, and we finally got to I don't know exactly where we were, but we was with the Red Ball outfit. We were protecting them from anti-aircrafts, going to the front lines, and then we were in with a big gun, and we was with them for a few days, and then we was in Belgium, and we crossed into Germany, and we finally
What about the Battle of the Bulge?
well, it was on the 18th of December. We pulled in this field, and the next morning, the Germans started shooting 88s, and there was a grove of trees that they had put our camp, and the half-track was out in a big field, and when they hit those trees with those 88 guns, and so the lieutenant told us to get out there and move, and so we went out to the half-track and to move it, and it was froze to the ground, and we had to take screwdrivers and hammers and to get the frozen mud out of the track because it wouldn't move. And we finally got that, and they were shooting these shells, and every time we heard them, we'd lay down on the ground, keep from getting hit. And we finally got it out, and that night, the whole battalion got together, and a lieutenant told me, he said, I want you to take your track and back it down by the railroad track. So I did, and we had a trailer that we put our equipment in, and he said, just park your trailer over there and take your half track down. So I did. And that night, at 12 o'clock at night, they set the chow truck on fire, and they started shooting at us. And so the sergeant says, "Can you get this track out here?" And I said, "Yeah." And so I drove up to the road, and we went into Bastogne, and we were there for till after, well, that was the 18th, and we didn't get out of there until about the, I can't remember the day it was. We spent Christmas in there, and we lost 11 guys. And it was really cold and fog. Couldn't see hardly anything. And finally, the sky opened up, and they dropped on the parachute, dropped food and ammunition, and we shot our way out. And from there, that was just about the end of the war. And me and my gunner, we heard this plane, and so we jumped up on the gun, and we said, "Well, we'll get the next plane." And there never was the next plane. It was one of those new jet plane. And we're the first ones to see it. And then the war was over just a few months after that.
Wow, thank you. Thank you, Greg.